Hi guys, welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to give an update on the portulacaria, or some of portulacaria that I picked up at a big box store. I think it's been about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I did a video on it recently, and I'll post that either in the link below in the description, or at the end of the video, when that little box pops up. But I gave an update on what you could find at a big box store if you're just on the lookout. And I'm going to show you 3 trees that I've got in training that came from a bucket I think I got at a Home Depot. It was probably a 2 or 3 gallon size bucket. It was, maybe a foot tall and good diameter, but it just had a bunch of these straight portulacaria cuttings, and it had like, I think 5 or 6 in it. And I've turned most of them into trees. I think I've sold a couple of them, but anyway, today I'm going to show you 3 of them that I've repotted into plastic training pots, and just kind of bring you along on the development of them, and we'll see where they go. But this one here is the tallest one, and as far as size, I mean, here's my hand, so you can tell it's pretty tall. It's probably, a foot and a half tall or so. The trunk at the base is probably 1.5 inches, so it's a decent sized tree. It's still got a long ways to go, but like, I've got the alternating branches, which is nice. It's kind of lacking a back branch. I've got this little stub here that's growing out, which will turn into something, and I've also got a branch off of this second main branch that's going towards the back, so it's given some depth in the back. But I think this branch right here is going to be my back branch. I'll let that continue to grow out and develop it. Got another back branch up here, taller, but anyway, today I'm just going to kind of prune it back and continue it on. Like, I'm trying to develop pads over here on each of these branches, and this one has actually got some depth to it already. I've got, like, this branch is growing down. I can go ahead and remove that. That's not going to correct itself. This one up here is growing straight up, so let's go ahead and take that back. Same here. I'll probably need to just go ahead and get rid of, like, this one and this one. And each time I look at the tree, it's just going to be a little bit of development, pruning along the way. I don't really need to get any more thickness on this branch here, so I don't need to just leave random branches that I'm not going to use in the future development on here, because I don't need to increase the vigor in it at all. So I can go ahead and start taking some of those back. But yeah, like this over here is developing a decent little pad. This one over here has got a ways to go. I've got some of these shoots that are growing straight up. I'm just going to take some of them down right now, and these back down here. As you can see, this branch isn't quite as thick as this one, so ideally I'd want to let this one grow a bit just to thicken up, keep this one in check, to where maybe I can slow it down, but that doesn't always work that way, because they're going to grow where they want to grow. You can kind of step in and try to stop it, but it's not horrible. They're similar, but this one's still a little bit thinner, so I'm going to leave all these sprouts that are growing on there just to let that branch thicken up a little bit. I'm not going to need this low one over here. Don't think I'm going to need this one. It's pretty much a bar branch, and I've got the alternating branches going up that I like. Get rid of that. Still undecided on this guy. I think it's far enough up to where I can keep it as maybe a pad. A little bit of an eye poker though, because it's coming straight out. But if I can keep it pruned short, I don't think I can bend it over there. So we'll have to see on that. But I think for now it works since it's high enough. You know, it's over up half the tree. So I think it works. And then the top here, we just got some miscellaneous shoots that we'll take back. Yeah, it's not going to be a very long video today, just updating you on these big box store cuttings and kind of see how they develop into, see if I can get them develop into trees of some sort. I think it'll be a fun journey. So if you want to follow along and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can continue along the journey with me. But I think that's going to be about it for this one. Like I said, it's nowhere near done. Some of these look awkward pointing straight up, but I'm still trying to thicken that branch up. And then we'll get a pad here, some development back in the back. Again, I don't know about this front branch here. We may remove this and just work on this branch here, but I'll leave it for now. And I think once this starts developing up in here, we can kind of get a nice canopy at the top. So not too bad for a Home Depot cutting find here. So let me show you the next tree. Okay, so here's the next one. It's got a little bit different shape to it. It's kind of slanting over. I've got this pad that I want to develop on this side, but I'll just go ahead and prune some of the stuff back. Got these little sprouts on the trunk. We can get rid of those. It's a branch in the front. Like I said, these are no way near done, but they're in development. And like I said, just seeing what we can create. But as far as cost on these things, if I remember right, they were on a clearance rack, and it was like 20 bucks for the whole pot. So I got, like I said, 5 or 6 trees out of the original batch. So pretty economical way of getting a hold of some new material. And then, you know, every time you cut on it, you can root these cuttings and even grow more trees. So that 20 bucks could get you, you know, easily 10, 20 trees. So not too bad. Don't need to do a lot of pruning to this guy, but it's basically just an update, kind of show you where it's at. And not really sure the design yet. I may tilt it up more to where it's more of a informal upright instead of this strong branch over here. I'm not sure yet, but we're just going to let it grow and kind of see where it wants to go. So yeah, so there's that one. Not as excited about the shape of this one, but again, you know, we'll just kind of see where it goes in the future and see what we can do to it. So there's that one. Let me go ahead and show you the third one. Okay, so here's the third one. This is probably my favorite design of all of them. The first one I liked, second one not as much, and then this one I just kind of like the way it looks. It kind of reminds me of the design my oldest portulacaria is in, the one I call my big guy, and I'll see if I can show a picture of it up here. But it kind of reminds me of the way that one started. I'll just show the clip up here, kind of a multi-year morph where it started in from a cutting, and then kind of what it looks like more recent. So you can kind of see the shape of this one. It's kind of a informal upright again, slanting off to the left. Not really sure what we're looking at for the front or back. This one kind of looks like the front possibly. But I left both of these branches, this one and these branches back here, just for possible back branches. But I think either one can be the front. I kind of like this shape here as the front, but we're still real early in the development, so it could go anyway. Just kind of see how it fills out and develops. Really just the pruning on it that I'm doing now is kind of get it in some sort of a rough shape, but again, these are so early in the development. It's more about pruning on them to encourage the ramification and get some more density in it, just so I have a little bit more to work with. So that's kind of what the goal is now. And I think we'll leave that sprout down there just to see if we can thicken up the base some. I'll go ahead and shorten this guy just because it's starting to thicken up. I don't want real thick branches there. But yeah, I think, you know, this design for a front doesn't look too bad. And then, you know, this is the first branch, and then I'll have kind of a pad over there, have another pad developing here, and then just kind of an overall dome shape on the top. It's kind of where I see it going now, but that may change as it grows, as a lot of my trees do. I have initial design style in mind, and then as it grows, it kind of speaks to me and says, hey, I want to do this instead. So instead of fighting it, a lot of times I'll just run with it and end up with something different. But yeah, so I think we'll leave that one just like that for now. Get it back out on the bench and let it continue to grow. So I think that'll do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, stay tuned and we'll keep giving you updates on these trees. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.